Be no blamer, vote for yourself. Okay, listen. Our voices can never be loud enough, though our ever wrinkled lips and cheeks. Our voices are music, genres are musing, tongues little muscles, tones that may never be heard. We sing the verses and praise the masses. I remember when we said in sharpened the spears, when we rolled have bent tires, when we armed our guns, knives and accessed our axes. We thought that democracy gave us a voice, but our voices are worthless, almost equivalent to mirrors with no reflection. The standards of living only classified in the middle class, the poor of the poorest. I remember a young character who raised his hands not because he knew answers, but had a voice. He said that we're too eager to bend tires and too lazy to be inventors. We pride ourselves with pretty faces but do not really understand the meaning of these ages, because ages are just numbers the world cannot lose count on. Age might as well be a life limitation, but one's needs can never be limited. If the cross we put up on one for it won't make us strong, then why keep embracing? Because it doesn't matter the number of votes you have on your ID, neither of them will ever make a difference on your CV. Because our streets are filled with chemical silos you only hear about and pretend never to see. We fail to realize the generation of our brothers truly could rightly be described as human erosion. Human nature, subparents, victims to human creation. You view these people as mistakes, but I view them as life lessons. Life attendance to serious life lessons. Lessons designed to make us feel better or make us feel bad. Because they only view unemployment rate as a lousy debate over it. All these messages are symbols that are meant to scare success out of them. Because the difference between a salary and a wage lies between two. And third and final way of making money is crime and corruption. And yet money is an earthly thing, and it will perish with the earth. Women are commodities, current assets that are always prepared for trade. Price tags on sales, products that only money can satisfy, but will forever blame the in society. They said real eyes do realize better, but no eye can see itself. Because democracy gives them the powers to rule us, yes to hear us, and yes to shake our cases. I sometimes wonder if democracy was worth fighting for, or it's just a way so narrowly understood. Because if we're indeed a society that people demand our living standards, why are we still being taught about social injustice? They said it is better to be ruled by a man than a woman, that ruling a nation requires an iron-handed individual, mentally, psychologically, and emotionally stabilized. But how many abused men will say this man just to praise the masses? How many in and outer scars do we have but don't celebrate 18 days of activism? If indeed being under female leadership is as fun as playing cards before the horse, then why do modern women weapons? My heart goes Peter Pet when I consider the number of souls we lose by means of guns, knives and arsons. Because a woman should always be a man's subject, and she should always be there to keep him company. But instead we sharpen the spears for the wrong reasons, because we're governed by rights we're not even aware of, responsibilities, reactions for countless actions. To know that God is the backing of wisdom, churches and businesses all classified under ventures, and yet money is an earthly thing, and it will perish with the earth. But does this society ever take pains just to preach through the good books? Does this story ever take pains just to preach through the good books? Let alone read it. But if you continue being reluctant to this tendency, our struggle will always continue. For the water and sanitation they promised us, the jobs they said they'll prepare for us, the lands they design, the houses that we want to possess. Because we may be worn out tools, but we do realize that it takes more than hands to build the house. And upon each and every voting, or with voting power and voting stand, consider yourself not the third but a second party. Vote for yourself by investing in yourself. Because democracy might have taken our voices, but democracy can never take nor limit our desires to invent. Yeah, this is Melo. Shout out to Spoken Word. Peace. Be no blamer, vote for yourself. Okay, listen. Our voices can never be loud enough, though our ever wrinkled lips and cheeks.